In this episode, power and potential. Nikola Tesla versus the mutant storm. Welcome back to Marvel America, the podcast where history meets heroism. In this episode, we're exploring the brilliance of Nikola Tesla, the inventor who electrified the world, and Storm, the weather-controlling mutant who brings strength and balance to the X-Men. Both visionaries in their own right, Tesla and Storm, show us the power of harnessing nature's forces to shape the future. Step into the late 19th and early 20th centuries, where Nikola Tesla's groundbreaking ideas reshaped how we interact with the world. A man of unmatched intellect and imagination, Tesla's contributions to science and technology remain unparalleled. Tesla was born in 1856 in what is now modern-day Croatia to a Serbian family. His father Milutin was an Orthodox priest, while his mother, this is interesting, Duka, had an incredible knack for inventing small household appliances despite having no formal education. This combo of intellectual rigor and creative problem solving no doubt shaped Tesla's mind. Tesla demonstrated a photographic memory and a knack for engineering as a child. One pivotal event was when he built a small windmill at the age of 9 after observing how the wind moved the blades of a larger one. This fascination with harnessing natural forces obviously stayed with him. As a teen, Tesla nearly drowns in a river and later survived a cholera outbreak. These experiences no doubt gave him an intense focus on life's fragility and a determination to achieve something meaningful. And tragically, Tesla's older brother Dane died in a horse riding accident when Tesla was only 5. This loss must have left a deep scar, and Tesla often felt the weight of living up to his brother's potential. It also drove him to seek solace in books, science, and invention, no doubt laying the foundation for his relentless pursuit of greatness. And here's that recurring theme, yet another American innovator who had to endure adversity as a young child. So why is Tesla a renowned name? His invention of AC power revolutionized how we use electricity. And what is AC power exactly? AC stands for alternating current. It's a type of electrical current where the flow of electrons changes directions periodically. This is in contrast to direct current, DC, which flows in only one direction. AC can travel long distances efficiently, making it ideal for distributing electricity to homes and businesses. Before Tesla, electricity was limited to short distances because DC power lost energy over long transmission lines. Tesla's AC system used transformers to increase voltage for long-distance travel and decrease it for safe household use. This innovation made electricity widely accessible and cost-effective, laying the foundation for the modern electrical grid. His AC system has become highly successful and remains the backbone of modern electrical power distribution. Here's how and here's why. Tesla's AC system was adopted by George Westinghouse, who recognized its potential to revolutionize energy distribution. Westinghouse purchased Tesla's patents for AC tech and began implementing AC power systems, despite strong opposition from Thomas Edison, who promoted DC power. A key event occurred in 1893. The world's Columbian Exposition in Chicago was a turning point. Westinghouse, using Tesla's AC system, won the bid to power the fair, demonstrating its efficiency and safety to millions of attendees. There was the Niagara Falls project. Shortly after the Columbian Exposition, Tesla's AC system was used to harness hydroelectric power for Niagara Falls, successfully transmitting electricity over 20 miles to Buffalo, New York. This was a landmark achievement in providing the viability of AC for long-distance power distribution. While the system itself became immensely profitable for companies like Westinghouse Electric, Tesla didn't actually personally reap the financial rewards. He sold his patents for a lump sum and later voluntarily relinquished royalty payments to help Westinghouse through financial difficulties. Although this ensured the widespread adoption of AC, it actually left Tesla financially unstable. Tesla believed that energy could be transmitted wirelessly, just as radio waves travel through the air. Imagine a phone charger that works without plugging your phone into a cable. You place your phone on a pad, and it charges through the air. Tesla actually envisioned similar technology, but on a massive scale, where homes and devices could draw power wirelessly from towers transmitting energy through the Earth's atmosphere. Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower, which was built in New York, was designed to transmit free energy wirelessly across the globe. How exactly did this work? Tesla planned to harness the Earth's natural electrical conductivity to send energy through the ground and air. His goal was to allow people to power homes and devices without cables or wires. His dream of a global system for free, wireless energy transmission remains unfulfilled, unfortunately, but his pioneering work laid the groundwork for modern wireless technologies. While we've seen practical applications like wireless charging and experimental long-range power transfer, these technologies are still far from providing the universal free energy Tesla envisioned. Nonetheless, his ideas continue to inspire scientists and engineers working to make his vision a reality. So what exactly were the challenges preventing Tesla's vision from coming true? Well, there's the energy loss and efficiency. Wireless transmission over long distances is currently inefficient, with significant energy loss during transmission. There's the safety concerns. High-power wireless energy systems could pose risks to humans and the environment due to potential exposure to intense electromagnetic fields. Economic and political barriers exist. The concept of free energy challenges existing energy business models and infrastructure. Utility companies and governments rely on the monetization of energy distribution. And there's the technical limitations. Modern technology has yet to achieve the level of control and scalability Tesla envisioned, particularly for global, high-power wireless transmission. Tesla faced financial as well as technical challenges. His investor, J.P. Morgan, pulled funding when he realized the project wouldn't yield profits since its aim was to provide free energy. And Tesla's theory required immense power and advanced technology, much of which was not yet available. Additionally, skeptics doubted the feasibility of his ideas. Unfortunately, Tesla focused more on his inventions and scientific visions than on managing his finances. He often worked tirelessly on projects that didn't even generate income or fell through due to lack of funding. His refusal to commercialize many of his ideas left him financially destitute. Tesla died alone in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel on January 7, 1943, at age 86. The cause of death was coronary thrombosis, which is a blood clot in your heart. He never married and had no children. His closest family, including his parents and siblings, had passed away earlier in his life. Geez, I look at Tesla and I think, man, I tend to focus more on my grand visions than on managing my finances. I've poured a lot of my energy into countless projects, YouTube videos, feature-length films, screenplays, and acting roles, most of which haven't generated a dime. But unlike Tesla, I'm determined to balance creativity with sustainability. It's time for me to stop judging my work as unworthy. I've got to think strategically about monetizing my work before it's too late, because I have a vision of a life rich in experiences, surrounded by loved ones. I want to create, thrive, and live well beyond 86 years, building a legacy that inspires and endures. Although Tesla died penniless and alone, he thrived through his perseverance and visionary ideas. He overcame immense challenges and left an enduring legacy. His life story is a testament to the power of innovation, resilience, and unwavering dedication to progress. Now, step into the Marvel universe and meet Ororo Munroe, better known as Storm, a hero whose connection to nature is as powerful as it is inspiring. As a mutant and leader, Storm uses her ability to control the weather to fight for justice and harmony. Ororo Munroe, aka Storm, was born to a Kenyan princess and an American photojournalist. After losing her parents in a tragic bombing, she was orphaned at a young age and left to survive on the streets of Cairo, Egypt. Her childhood experiences forged her into the resilient leader she would later become. As a street thief, under the mentorship of a master pickpocket, Ororo honed her cunning agility and adaptability. Her ability to outsmart adversaries and navigate dangerous situations taught her valuable leadership skills, such as resourcefulness and strategic thinking. One pivotal moment came when a young Ororo attempted to pickpocket a tourist, who turned out to be Charles Xavier. This brief encounter with the future founder of the X-Men hinted at her destiny. After leaving Cairo, Ororo embarked on a journey across Africa, seeking her ancestral roots. During this time, she discovered her connection to nature and began to develop a deep sense of empathy for others, qualities that would later define her leadership. Storm's mutant abilities manifested during her pilgrimage across the Serengeti. Now that's on my bucket list. I've always been fascinated by the animal kingdom. Maybe someday I could be like Storm. Anyway, faced with life-threatening dangers, she instinctively summoned a rainstorm to save the village from drought. This moment marked her first conscious use of her weather-manipulating powers. The people of the Serengeti worshipped her as a goddess of weather, believing she was a divine protector. She adopted the name of Storm after joining the X-Men, symbolizing her command over nature and her personal transformation. Storm's journey from team member to leader of the X-Men solidified her status as a figure of authority and inspiration. I remember reading Uncanny X-Men number 201. This is back in 1986. Storm faces Cyclops in a duel to determine the team's leader. Despite having lost her powers at the time, Storm relied on her strategic mind and combat skills to defeat Cyclops, proving that leadership transcends physical abilities. When I read this issue as a 14-year-old kid, I thought Storm was so lame because she had no powers, and it seemed far-fetched to me that she could defeat Cyclops, who emits powerful concussive energy beams from his eyes that his body absorbed from the sun. But as I kept reading, issue after issue, and the writers kept developing Storm's character, I grew to respect her. When I later discovered she actually had powers, that was just icing on the cake for me. She's one of my favorite X-Men now. Storm broke barriers as one of Marvel's first black female superheroes, debuting in Giant Size X-Men number 1 back in 1975. She became a symbol of empowerment, representing both racial and gender diversity in comics. Her grace, strength, and moral compass resonated with readers, especially those who felt underrepresented in the mainstream media. She inspired a generation to embrace their individuality and stand against injustice. Beyond her mutant abilities, Storm's courage and diplomacy set her apart. She's known for resolving conflicts without resorting to violence, embodying the ideal of a just and compassionate leader. In Uncanny X-Men Annual number 11 in 1987, Storm uses her deep understanding of human nature to defuse a dangerous situation involving the cosmic artifact called the Crystal of Ultimate Vision. Anyone remember that issue? Her wisdom and calm demeanor averted disaster and saved countless lives. Storm has had several notable relationships, including her romance with Black Panther, T'Challa, which led to their marriage in Black Panther number 18 back in 2006, although their union was later annulled due to political differences. She has also shared romantic connections with Forge, Wolverine, Yukio, showcasing the complexity of her character. Storm's life story embodies resilience, leadership, and representation, from her early struggles as an orphan in Cairo to her role as leader of the X-Men. She has become a symbol of strength, wisdom, and cultural significance. Her legacy continues to inspire fans worldwide, providing that true heroism transcends powers. It's about courage, empathy, and the unwavering pursuit of justice. All heroes have strength and flaws. That goes for Nikola Tesla as well as Storm. Tesla's ability to see beyond his time made him a pioneer in technology, but his idealism and lack of business acumen often left him exploited and financially unstable. Here's a good example. When Westinghouse's company faced financial difficulties in the early 1890s, Tesla, out of loyalty and idealism, tore up his royalty contract to ease Westinghouse's burden. While this decision helped AC become the standard for electricity, Tesla forfeited royalties that could have made him a multimillionaire. As a result, Tesla's lack of business foresight left him without a steady income, even though his technology powered the nation. That's tragic. Tesla's failure to commercialize his inventions had repercussions. He developed groundbreaking inventions, including the Tesla coil, wireless lighting, and early concepts for robotics and X-rays. So what happened? Although Tesla often presented these inventions to wow investors and the public, he failed to bring many of them to market. He focused on scientific advancement rather than monetizing his work, allowing others to capitalize on his ideas. Despite his genius, Tesla spent his years living in modest hotels relying on small loans from friends and admirers. In case some of you are wondering what the heck was Tesla's coil, let me enlighten you. Tesla's coil was an electrical device he invented in 1891. It was designed to produce high voltage, low current, high frequency electricity. Essentially, it generates spectacular electrical arcs, visible sparks, and can wirelessly transmit energy. How exactly does it work? A power source energizes the coil, a transformer boosts the voltage, and the coil's circuits resonate, creating powerful electrical fields. It's often used in demonstrations to showcase Tesla's pioneering work with wireless electricity and high-frequency currents. Much of Storm's strength comes through her empathy. Her deep connection to nature as well as her team makes her a powerful leader, but her strong emotions sometimes influence her decisions in battle and diplomacy. For instance, her intense emotions, while often a source of strength, have occasionally clouded her judgment in battle and diplomacy, leading to unintended consequences. Here's some notable examples. In Uncanny X-Men number 165, after witnessing her teammates in life-threatening danger, Storm's overwhelming fear and anger caused her to lose precise control of her powers. In her desperation, she summoned a massive lightning storm, inadvertently endangering her allies along with her enemies. This loss of control demonstrated how her emotions, when unchecked, could make her a liability in high-stakes situations. In Uncanny X-Men number 170, Storm fights Callisto, the leader of the underground mutant group called the Morlocks. This was a battle to the death. While her victory established her as their leader, she acted out of fury and a sense of justice rather than diplomacy. Her emotional decision to take control through combat rather than seeking a peaceful resolution strained her relationship with the Morlocks and created future conflicts within their community. In Avengers vs. X-Men number 9, Storm's loyalty to the X-Men conflicted with her role as Queen of Wakanda. When Wakanda was attacked due to its association with the X-Men, Storm's emotional defense of her mutant kin clashed with her duties as Wakandan royalty. This tension led to her marriage with Black Panther being annulled, as her emotional prioritization of the X-Men undermined her diplomatic responsibilities to Wakanda. While Storm's strong emotions drive her compassion and courage, they have at times led her to act impulsively or lose control, creating challenges in battle and diplomacy. These moments of vulnerability add depth, though, to her character, making her a relatable and multifaceted hero that I've come to know and love. And like Storm, I have intense emotions and often overcompensate by avoiding conflict when possible, so I don't have to encounter those situations that Storm does. However, I've come to realize that confronting conflict is sometimes necessary for growth and adaptation. Not only am I highly sensitive and deeply affected by my own feelings, but I also pick up on the emotions of others. I'm working on managing emotionally charged situations by keeping a level head and addressing the dilemma directly to achieve positive outcomes. When speaking in front of large audiences, for example, I focus on delivering my message rather than getting caught up in my emotional state, how I'm being judged. When my emotions start to boil over, or I start to become overly self-conscious, I remind myself to feel the emotions fully and then channel that energy toward my objective rather than letting them overwhelm me and lead to desperate reactions. Now it's time to burst that American bubble, get the global perspective. Back in Tesla's era, what was going on outside of America? We know that in America, Tesla's innovations fueled the second industrial revolution, transforming energy systems globally. His AC power triumphed over Edison's DC, shaping the future of electricity. And his ideas anticipated today's interconnected wireless world. But what was going on in the rest of the world? There was the construction of the Eiffel Tower from 1887 to 1889. It symbolizes technological progress. The Eiffel Tower was completed during Tesla's rise as an inventor, reflecting the global fascination with innovation and engineering. There was the scramble for Africa from the 1880s to 1914. European powers colonized much of Africa, driven by industrial needs for resources, significantly shaping global geopolitics. And there were a number of atrocities, as you can imagine, that took place during that colonization. There was the invention of the radio in the 1890s by Guglielmo Marconi, Tesla's rival. He developed radio communication during this time, sparking debates over Tesla's earlier patents on wireless technology. In 1898, we had the Spanish-American War. This marked the rise of the U.S. as a global power. Tesla's career in America coincided with this period of U.S. expansion. Although it happened in America, I gotta mention the Wright brothers' first flight in 1903. In 1914 to 1918, Tesla lived through World War I, which reshaped global alliances and devastated Europe. His funding opportunities diminished as resources were directed toward the war effort. Amidst the World War, in 1917, the overthrow of the Russian monarchy and rise of communism marked a major political shift that influenced global relations and industrial priorities. How about pop culture in Tesla's era? Well, first, I gotta mention, Tesla has actually been portrayed in films like The Prestige, which was very good, a Christopher Nolan film, and celebrated through modern tech innovations like Tesla Motors. His visionary ideas continue to inspire documentaries, books, and even music. You had events like the 1893 Chicago World's Fair and the 1900 Paris Exposition. These both showcased technological advancements, art, and culture. And these fairs also both were major spectacles that captivated global audiences and celebrated innovation, including, of course, Tesla's own contributions to the 1893 fair. There was the rise of vaudeville, stretching from the 1880s to the 1930s. In the US and Europe, vaudeville became a popular form of entertainment, featuring variety acts like comedy, music, and magic. It reflected the growing appetite for accessible, mass entertainment. In art, we had Impressionism and Post-Impressionism from the 1870s to the 1900s. Artists like Claude Monet, Vincent van Gogh. These guys revolutionized the art world with their bold, unconventional styles, inspiring new ways of seeing and representing the world. We had the Sherlock Holmes craze from 1887 to 1927. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's detective stories became a global phenomenon, sparking an enduring fascination with mystery and crime solving. And this was opera's golden age, the 1870s to the 1920s. Composers like Verdi, Wagner, and Puccini captivated audiences with operatic masterpieces, cementing opera's place as a leading form of high culture. And of course, the birth of cinema, the 1890s to the 1900s. The invention of motion pictures, led by pioneers like the Lumiere brothers in France and Thomas Edison in the US, created new, exciting forms of entertainment that quickly became a global sensation. Penny dreadfuls in serial fiction from the 1840s to the 1900s were cheap, serialized novels featuring sensational stories. They gained popularity in the UK and Europe, bringing literature to the masses and sparking fan followings. For all the music lovers out there, you had tango and ragtime, roughly the 1890s to the 1910s. Tango in Argentina and ragtime in the US became wildly popular, influencing dance halls and shaping the future of modern music genres. And then there was the Jack Ripper phenomenon, 1888. The unsolved murders in London's Whitechapel district fascinated and horrified the public, creating a media frenzy that birthed modern true crime fascination. Time for some trivia. You ready? First, I'm going to read the questions, and then afterwards, I'll reread the questions with the answers. See how well you do. What system of power distribution did Tesla develop? What is Storm's real name? What was Tesla's vision for the Wardenclyffe Tower? What unique weather phenomenon does Storm most frequently summon in battle? Tesla was a champion of AC power. Which of his rivals was a champion of DC power? What is Storm's mutant ability classified as? Here's a tough one. In which comic book issue did Storm first appear? What type of energy did Tesla famously experiment with? What country was Storm worshipped as a goddess before joining the X-Men? Which natural phenomenon did Tesla study and aim to replicate for energy purposes? In the 2000 X-Men film, what actor portraying Storm delivered the line, "Do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning?" Okay, let's see how you did. What system of power distribution did Tesla develop? That would be alternating current. What is Storm's real name? Ororo Munroe. What was Tesla's vision for the Wardenclyffe Tower? Wireless energy transmission. What unique weather phenomenon does Storm frequently summon in battle? Lightning. Tesla was the champion of AC power. Which of his rivals was a champion of DC power? Thomas Edison. In which comic book issue did Storm first appear? That would be Giant Size X-Men #1 in 1975. Storm debuted alongside several other iconic mutants in this landmark issue. What type of energy did Tesla famously experiment with? Free energy and wireless electricity. What country was Storm worshipped as a goddess before joining the X-Men? Kenya. In Uncanny X-Men #102, it's revealed that villagers in Kenya revered her as a goddess due to her ability to bring rain and control the weather. Which natural phenomenon did Tesla study and aim to replicate for energy purposes? Lightning. Tesla sought to harness the power of lightning to understand its potential for energy generation and wireless transmission. If you recall, Franklin is famous for his kite experiment back in 1752, where he proved that lightning is a form of electrical energy. However, he did not aim to replicate or harness lightning for practical energy use. His work was foundational, though, in understanding the nature of electricity. And lastly, in the 2000 X-Men film, what actor portraying Storm delivered the line, "Do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning?" That was Halle Berry during her battle with Toad. Time to test your higher order thinking skills. I'm going to pose questions to you, and you answer as if you were Tesla or as if you were Storm. First, let's give you a scenario Nikola Tesla had to deal with. If you were he, knowing that freely sharing your groundbreaking ideas could accelerate technological progress but also risk exploitation and loss of credit, would you openly share your discoveries for the greater good, or safeguard them to ensure your legacy and rightful recognition as their creator? Now, if you were Storm, and a severe drought threatened the lives of a village, but ending it would cause catastrophic flooding in a nearby city, would you use your powers to enforce balance in nature, even if it meant disrupting human activities and risking lives? How would you decide whose needs to prioritize? There's a couple of thought-provoking questions to ponder. Thanks for joining me today. Nikola Tesla, Storm, both remind us of the importance of harnessing power for the greater good, whether through scientific innovation or supernatural abilities. Their stories inspire us to dream big, act courageously, and create a better world for future generations. Here's your closing call to action. How can you channel Tesla's visionary thinking or Storm's compassion and strength in your own life? Let me know in the comments. Share this episode and leave a review. Join me next episode when I explore more interesting parallels between history and heroism. I love you.